I'll never forget the moment a black cat jumped on my shoulder and lightly bit me, while another circled me, teeth bared. Their eyes shone with a mixture of distrust and defiance. I was surrounded by more than 20 stray cats, each scarred, hungry, and afraid. Their world was wild, and I was completely alone within it. Stay until the end because what I discovered in these 24 hours will make you see stray cats in a different light. Subscribe and join me. It all started as a personal challenge, to spend 24 hours living with stray cats to understand their lives, their habits, and the difficulties they face every day. I've always loved cats, but I'd never been so close to them in their natural environment. I arrived at the alley with food, water, and blankets. The place was littered with boxes, scraps of clothing, and trash. Each cat moved cautiously, assessing me, meowing, and wagging their whiskers and tails in subtle but purposeful ways. Many had visible scars, matted fur, eyes with signs of infection, crooked paws, and signs of struggle. The air was thick with smells, damp earth, fermented garbage, and rotten food scraps. As soon as I entered, I realized it wasn't just about feeding the cats or getting close to them. It was a test of patience, empathy, and the ability to read their silent language. Every gesture, every movement, could determine whether they would accept me or flee. I learned that living with them wasn't a game, but an exercise in respect, observation, and understanding. Each cat had its own personality, distinct habits, and unique ways of coping with its hostile environment. And I was there to learn, to document it, and above all, to understand what it means to be vulnerable and survive each day. From the first minute, I understood it wouldn't be easy. These cats weren't just adorable pets, they were life-hardened survivors. Every mistake I made could cause them stress, cause them to flee, or even provoke an attack. One of the most difficult dilemmas was gaining their trust. Some hid, others watched from a distance, and only the most trusting would approach. Every gesture had to be measured. A sudden movement could trigger violence or drive them away forever. On an emotional level, it was heartbreaking. Seeing hungry, lame, or sick cats made me feel guilt and anxiety. The constant tension of having to respect their space while trying to help them reminded me that street life is harsh, unforgiving, and often unfair. In addition, there was the physical challenge. The cold chilled my bones, hunger weakened me, and exposure to the environment reminded me of the vulnerability of those of us who depend on the care of others, but also on our preparedness. I understood that surviving on the streets isn't a game. It's a constant balance between risk and protection. The situation also taught me that not all stray cats accept human help. Some flee, others attack, and a few allow closeness. Each one had its own story, its visible or invisible wounds, and its own way of facing life. I learned that to interact safely, I needed patience, observation, and absolute respect. At first, I remained still, observing every movement. An adult cat defended a piece of bread with claws and teeth. Another, smaller one, waited its turn, evaluating. Every meow, every movement, and every posture spoke to me about its world. I tried to approach with food, but many moved away. Others, curious, approached slowly, sniffing my hand, assessing my intentions. I understood that trust isn't given, it's earned with patience and respect, and that every interaction was fraught with risk and learning. After a few hours, hunger and cold hit me. My body trembled, but the cats continued their routine, searching for food, protecting themselves, snuggling. A tiny, orphaned kitten timidly approached. As I gave it food, its eyes expressed both fear and gratitude. It was a moment of indescribable connection that taught me about the fragility and strength of street life. Each cat had a distinct personality. Some were territorial, others shared food. I observed how they fought, played, groomed each other, and organized to hunt or protect resources. I learned about social hierarchy, silent communication, and how stress, hunger, and fear alter their behavior. Halfway through the challenge, one of the adult cats attacked me as I tried to get close to its food. Its claws grazed my arm and its teeth touched my skin. I took a deep breath and slowly backed away, watching the situation calm down. I learned that respect, patience, and reading feline body language are vital. I felt their rough fur, their purrs vibrating in my hands, the warmth of their bodies as they snuggled together, the intense sense of their environment, and the vibration of their whiskers as they brushed against my skin. Every detail taught me about survival, resilience, and adaptation. As night fell, some cats approached voluntarily. I felt their trust, their purring, and their warmth. It was an unexpected moment of intimacy, a gift that taught me about patience, empathy, and the importance of small gestures. At dawn, exhausted, I watched a group of cats protecting an injured kitten. Their meows were desperate but coordinated. They took turns protecting and feeding it. That scene devastated me emotionally and taught me that street life isn't just about individual survival, but about cooperation, instinct, and constant resilience. I felt sadness, gratitude, and admiration.